I'm 26 years old. I'm born and raised in Cincinnati. I live in Cincinnati. I'm an audio engineer during the day, and at night I perform stand-up comedy in and around Cincinnati.
47 years old.
I first saw stand-up comedy when I was about 12 or 13.
I know what you're thinking. Oh wow, only 47. You look much older.
It wasn't until I was at least 10 years later that I had the courage to say, you know, I think I can try this. And so I went to open mics, watched for a little bit, and then got the courage to finally get there and do it. I was always a fan of music, but I started to learn how to play music when I was like 14 with guitar and piano lessons. And it wasn't until I was 18 when I started learning how to play drums. Like, oh, maybe I want to be in a band and be a drummer. So I was in several bands in college. I was first diagnosed with clinical depression at 17. I was struggling for a lot of years, most of my teenage years, and finally told my parents that something's wrong with me. I think one of the classic symptoms of depression I think most people know about is loss of interest. That's the one they sort of always harp on, and you see a list or whatever. So a lot of things I enjoyed, not just music and comedy, but like I was a big sports fan. We have season tickets to the Reds. We go to a bunch of games. I lost my interest in that, and also music and comedy. I sort of just fell out from that. I stopped performing. I stopped writing songs. I stopped pursuing music, you know, both as playing and on the production side. I just didn't care about those things anymore. TMS stands for transcranial magnetic stimulation. It is essentially this giant magnet that they place on your head, and there's a certain spot on your head that they can manipulate through a magnet pulse that is essentially, that they've noticed in depressed patients, is that area of the brain when they do brain scans is not lit up like the other areas of the brain would be. So this magnet is kind of working to try to reanimate that part of your brain. In researching about the therapy, I found there's only really two places in the tri-state area that offer TMS therapy, at least when I was researching and doing it, and that was Linder Center of Hope and UC Health, and those are both attached to each other. To say that it was life-changing or life-saving wouldn't be such an understatement. So to have that option so close to home, really, was the best thing that ever could have happened to me. I've been able to get back into things and passions that I thought were long gone, like music, like comedy, like sports. A lot of those desires and interests came back, rather quickly, and I didn't expect that to happen. I'm more prepared now than I think I've ever been, and TMS therapy and the people at UC Health are the reason for that sort of confidence at this point in my life.